Hello, Lisa from the New here. Okay, I am here today with Shark's newest hair tools. So Shark Beauty has 4 hair styler slash blow dryers. I have the 3 latest ones, and I'm gonna take you through my first impressions of all 3. It's gonna be semi-surface level. I'm not gonna be reading you any mumbo jumbo from their sales page or from the box. I'm just gonna give you my first impressions on using each of these tools a couple of times and what I kind of like about each and what I kind of don't like about each, in hopes that it'll help you if you're considering one of the Shark Beauty tools to make the best decision for you. These are not cheap tools, they're an investment, and you want to make sure you pick the right one so you can use it for years to come. Also, if you do decide to buy one of these tools, we have a code to save, so be sure to check the comments to get that. Lastly, we're going to link to a blog post, which will also show some before and after photos of using each of these stylers if you want a little more info on each. Okay, first up is the Shark SmoothStyle. This is one of those hair drying, like hair dryers and round brushes all in one. It's very similar to the Revlon One Step or the T3 airbrush. I have used this a couple of times. You can use it on sopping wet hair, and they have a mode for that. So if you do want to use it on sopping wet hair, you can choose your temp like low, medium, or high right here. And then you can also, once your hair is dry, you can go back and choose the dry mode, which is this, and that actually heats up the brush. It gets hot, and then you can go back in. There's no air flowing from it, and you can use it to smooth out your style. So a couple of things about this type of tool. I personally don't love a hair dryer brush combo. Why? I can't get to my roots. So I feel like I'm just adding extra heat, extra reps to my scalp to try and dry my hair. Whereas like a compressed adapter on a blow dryer just like shoots right to the scalp and you can dry your hair very quickly. This just, I feel like, takes a little bit more time to get in there, and that's across the board for all sort of hairbrush, blow dryers, all in one. The second thing I don't really love about this is after I dry my hair with it, my hair looks decent. I mean, I wouldn't say like, wow, your hair is so smooth. I naturally have wavy, textured hair, and I blow it out to make it look like this. If I used a diffuser and like a curl cream, I could get it to wave out. It looks super cute like that too. All that to say, it's a bit textured. So after I dry my hair with this, the hair drying part of this brush, it looks okay. It doesn't look like, whoa, your hair is super smooth. So then when I go back in to use the smoothing heated part with no air blowing out, so again, just running it through your hair, it also doesn't really get that smooth to me. I feel like it's like a half curling iron, right? So like, or a straightening iron. So like you're going in and you're hitting it with heat below, but like the top is still kind of like frizzy and untreated. You know what I mean? Because I'm hitting it with heat down here, but there's no heat over here. So then it's like, I gotta go back, now hit the outside, now hit the under. And it's just like, it's a lot. And even when I do all of that, I feel like I didn't really get like, wow, that is super smooth. All of that to say, this is probably my least pick for my type of hair out of all the Shark tools that are available now. Okay, next is their new SpeedStyle. First of all, are you obsessed with the size of this? I am completely obsessed with this. Look at how small it is. First of all, like super easy for travel, super easy for storage. I mean, it doesn't take up a whole drawer. I mean, it is just so easy to hold, lightweight, doesn't tire out your arm. I mean, just look at this. It's the smallest hairdryer I've ever seen. That's not like one of those travel ones that like basically burns your hair off in 5 seconds. So right from the get-go, I was like, I love this. Then I turned it on. It is so powerful. It almost knocked me over. I cannot believe this tiny little dryer gets so much air power out of it. So again, this is the Shark SpeedStyle. So they're claiming high gloss, high speed, less heat damage. You can use this as a regular hair dryer, and it comes with several attachments. You can either get all the attachments or you can pick 2 attachments. Yeah, you can pick 2 attachments and get it for less, which I also just love that option. So if you were to use it as a regular hairdryer, you see right here, this air compressor just clips right on. You have a cooling element here, and you also have a power element, so you can do like low air, medium air, or high air, the same as temperature, low temperature, medium temperature, high temperature, and then here's your power button here. I would say this got hotter than I anticipated. I really felt like the medium level was just enough for me, but I also kind of really like that too, because people who want more heat can get more heat. If you don't want more heat, just go down a notch. I really like that element of like user control. Okay, so you can go all in and get all of the attachments if you want. So all of the attachments include options for the Smooth Styler, which is like a dupe for the Dyson flyaway smoother. I forget exactly what they call it. But after you finish your whole dryer, I actually have this one too. So after you finish your whole blow dry, you can take your attachment off, put the smoother on, and you can see this is actually, the Dyson one doesn't have this like comb element, but it has this combing element. So like you will actually get some comb marks in your hair. But when you turn it on, the air blows down and all of these flyaways here just smooth right down. And guess what? It really works. If it's one of those things where you're like, does that really work? Yeah, it does. I can dry my hair, smooth it out with this, and especially for people who have gray hair, you know the flyaway situation is not cute, especially at the beginning. This will take care of that, especially if you add like a little bit of hairspray, a little bit of like pomade or balm to the top, and then do the done. It's insane. Okay, so the other options for attachments are like a half brush like this, and I actually particularly really love this one. I use it like on the outside and just like keep combing it through. And for some reason, even though it mimics the smooth style that I just showed you, for some reason it just works. I feel like it points the air right to your scalp, and it works for me. Gives me a really nice smooth blowout. It's like, because I have wavy hair, this really just gives me like a smooth brush blowout. I do love this attachment. So I have 3 attachments. The attachments that I don't have that you can also get with this are a diffuser, which I would totally use, a full round brush. So instead of like a half round brush, you can get a full round brush. And then you can also get a comb too. So I don't have that one either. But like I said, most people are only going to use 1 to 2, maybe 3 attachments. So I love that you can pick out the ones that you're going to use and you don't have to actually pay for the ones that you're not going to use. So again, I think this trumps their original blow dryer, which is the Hyper Air, which only comes with 2 attachments, the air condenser, and then also a half brush. They say they both work to fastly dry hair and reduce heat. So if it's choosing between those 2, I would definitely go with this one. You get more attachment options, and I mean, I just can't get over the size. I love it. Okay, so I just showed you their 2 most recent hair tool launches. They've already had the FlexStyle around for a little while, but I also have that one, so I'm going to show it to you today as well, just so you can compare to the other 2. I'm also obsessed with the FlexStyle. Some of you know that I also have the Dyson Airwrap, so I can compare those 2 as well, which I will do at some point in the future. But for today, we're comparing the FlexStyle to the new Shark Beauty tools. So the FlexStyle is a hairdryer and styler in one, just like the SmoothStyle is a hairdryer and smoother in one. You can dry and style with one tool, but you can only get a smooth, sleek look with that. And as the SpeedStyler is a hairdryer with all of the attachments, you can't necessarily style with that. So that's just mostly a hairdryer. The FlexStyle is both a hairdryer and a styler all in one. So what I most love about this, and which is not true for the Dyson, is you can turn this into a hairdryer. What? I love it. So all of the attachments that you have, you can attach and use it like this, which mostly you're probably only going to want to attach this one to use it as like a hairdryer. So I love this element because, again, if you don't have an option to put this air compressor on, the next thing you know, you're just blowing your hair to Tangle City. And it's not a cute look, and it's super hard to manage. Some of these stylers, like the Dyson one, will say, give your hair a rough dry. Same with this one, like give your hair a rough dry before using like the styling elements. If you give your hair a rough dry straight like this, no. I mean, it's such hair damage. It's such a nuisance. Again, Tangle City, don't recommend it. But the fact that they've created a way to actually turn this into a functional hair dryer is, I'm dead. Like, this is just everything. So you could use this as a hair dryer and nothing else if you wanted to. But you definitely want to use it as everything else because it's amazing. So this comes with several attachments. Their latest edition, which is a limited edition, has even more attachments. So the attachments that come with this is you get the flyaway styler. You also get the air compressor. You get 2 curling elements, and you get a couple of round brush options as well. Some of the editions come with like a travel bag and some pins. Only the latest edition comes with the flyaway styler. The original editions do not, so just pick what's best for you if that's what you want. After you give your hair a rough dry, you can go back in and style it. So again, this is how you turn it back into the styler. So here you have your cooling element, like a cool blast. You have 3 options for air, speed, and then you have 3 options for a heat speed. Again, this gets really hot in my opinion. I feel like the medium heat option is good, especially for somebody with gray hair. And that's it for this. So the Dyson has 1 like this. This one has 2. So you have 1 for both sides. So if you're going to do this side of your head, you use this side. If you're going to do the other side of your head, you use the other side. So using these, you actually get that sort of curl like this. And if you brush it out, it looks like a full blow dry. Super cute, really easy to use. Love it. Both brush attachments. One is a full round brush. The other one is a half brush. I don't really use these. Some people, again, how you do your hair is what's going to be valuable to you. And like for the way I do my hair, I just don't use these. Like I would rather just use the blow drying element with the air compressor and like a brush, you know? I don't know, that's just me. I feel like it'd just get more smooth that way. So all in all, just because of the functionality of this, that you actually get a real hair dryer, that you actually get a real like curling element hair styler, that you actually get like the smoothing that goes with it, that you actually, if you value one of those hair dryer brushes, you can turn that into this too. This is like my top pick for all the tools. I just love the functionality of it. But again, if you're not gonna curl your hair, you know, if you're not gonna curl it and you don't want that like blowout curled look, don't invest in this because that's really the only added bonus that you get outside of the speed styler. So that hair dryer that I just showed you that has all the attachments, that's super light, that's like a hair dryer on roids, and you have everything you need with that to get all of the styles that you want. So that's my hot take. That's my first impressions. If you want to see any of these used or compared to each other, head to the blog for before and after photos. Leave me a comment if there's a specific video that you want to see next, maybe something a little bit more specific that I didn't dive into here. Let me know. I am here for you.